machine. A touch of absurdity there. Nice. Is this some kind of joke?
Good things can still happen.
What's wrong with you? You mean someone stole your badge?
I'm not a real police officer. You are.
What the What are you doing?
If you could only find your gun.
Disco Elysium. The final cut.
Siemanko, z tej strony Geeks. Witajcie w kolejnym odcinku z gry Disco Elysium. W poprzednim odcinku troszeczkę sobie pogadaliśmy z tą dziewczynką, która stoi przed księgarnią i zaczęliśmy męczyć głupimi pytaniami tę panią, która sobie tutaj beztrosko czyta. No i co? Zagadamy raz z nią jeszcze, bo chyba ominąłem jedną opcję. Tak, zacząłem ją męczyć o to, czy zaginął jej mąż, czy zaginęły jej dzieci i tak dalej. Teraz ją zapytam, czy może zaginęła jej kakadu?
I don't mean to disrespect, sir, but you are being a bit of a cockatoo here.
Okej.
For what it's worth, I agree. But cockatoos can't be stopped when they get ladies. It's better to indulge him at this point.
Proszę pani, pytałem o pani kakadu. Zaginęła?
I don't even have a cockatoo. And guess what?
Co?
Even if I had, it wouldn't be missing.
Dobrze, czyli kakadu nie zaginęła. Chciałem się tylko upewnić.
Great.
Jeszcze tylko jedno pytanie. Co pani miała na myśli, mówiąc, że zachowuje się jak kakadu?
Nothing. Go read up on them if you're so interested. There's a great book in the bookstore.
Okej.
Maybe you should. What if the cockatoo is your astral captain? Or your heraldic bird?
Astralne zwierzę albo heraldyczny ptak? Właściwie to chyba dokładnie tak zrobię. Dziękuję za podpowiedź. Przyjmij zadanie.
Wonderful. The store is open.
Znajdź swojego ptaka heraldycznego. O, to będzie
The
ciekawe.
woman before you nods and returns to her reading.
Okej. No dobra, to wbijamy sobie do księgarni w takim razie. Zakupimy sobie mapkę. I może znajdziemy heraldyczne zwierzę. Dobra, najpierw sobie obejdę ten sklep. Co mamy tutaj? Książki na prezent i roztopione cukierki. Okej.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyundai somewhere.
Okej. Jest to seria Człowiek z Helmdalu. Okej.
This is entirely, completely you. You have found the right books.
Mogłaby mi pani coś powiedzieć o tych książkach z mięśniakiem?
Oh, Man from Hyundai. A very popular series of adventure novels. They're awfully immoral and violent books.
Czemu są takie popularne?
Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do.
Dobrze to brzmi. Od której powinienem zacząć?
What does it matter? They're all the same. However, the customer is always right, they say. If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Hyundalaman, The Man from Hyundal. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series.
O kurde. Ta książka kosztuje aż 9 reali. Dobra, przyjrzyj się książką na wystawie.
Rows and rows of Hyundalamen blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Hyundal and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Hyundal, Return to Hyundal. And the solipsistic Man from Hyundal and the Hyundal Man.
O Boże, jakie nazwy. Boże drogi, ile ich jest?
Maybe 100. Man from Hyundal and the sages at the end of the world. Man from Hyundal and the false god. Man from Hyundal and the scorched earth. Man from Hyundal, the Heimdall colonies. Man from Heimdall and the swamp beast. Man from Heimdall and the snow crabs.
O, w mordę.
Those snow crabs are worse than they sound.
To już wszystko?
Not even close. Man from Heimdall in hell. Man from
O
Heimdall
Boże.
and the forest of slaves. Man from Heimdall under the lake. Man from Heimdall, Heimdall burning.
Jesus.
There's even The Trial of Death, a pastoral combat gamebook set in the world of Heimdallaman, and so much more.
O mój Boże. Jest rzut na próg bólu. Czy któraś z tych książek zdaje się mnie wzywać? Niestety mam tylko 58% szans, a to dlatego, że mam obniżony próg bólu przez to, że badam jedną z myśli. Właśnie tą, Oddział Antyobiektowy. Pozostało godzina 9 minut, także sobie po prostu wrócę do tego testu, jak pogadam z tą panią. To powinno zająć godzinę czasu gry. Dobrze. Aha, to była ta półka.
The
Dobra.
display. This is entirely.
Dobrze. Heimdall. Co mamy tutaj?
A small mountain of
Stos gier
colorful board
planszowych.
game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Przepraszam, jakie macie tutaj gry planszowe?
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinder, a very educational game for those interested in geography.
Okej. Winogrodnik brzmi ciekawie.
Browbritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children.
Nie mam dzieci. Fantastycznie.
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family?
O, czy ja mam przyjaciół? Spójrz na porucznika.
Are you actually friends? Or just colleagues thrown together by circumstance?
To smutne. Tak, dzieci, przyjaciele, laski, mam to wszystko.
Then you're a lucky man, officer. Children are the greatest of treasures.
Stwierdza w zamyśleniu, bawiąc się swoim wisiorkiem.
For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It'll cost 12 real.
Wow. To brzmi jak gra planszowa, w którą grałbym w rzeczywistości, ale kosztuje aż 12 reali, a jeszcze muszę mieć 20 reali, żeby opłacić nocleg. Dobra, o co chodzi z tym całym wiralem?
Lousy auras there. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them though.
To jest bardzo ciekawe. Przyjrzyj się rzeczom związanym z wiralem.
An endless variety of source books, law books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure gamebook titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag.
Czy coś naprawdę mocno przyciąga moją uwagę?
There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real.
25 reali. Ludzie.
Nonsense for anemic Beano clods.
O, chętnie by ją kupił. Ale w sumie nie wiem po co. Dobra, odejdź. Co tu się pojawiło? Aha, dobra. Nowe zadanka. Dobra, to zagadam z tą panią. Niech mi sprzeda mapkę.
Welcome to Crime, Romance and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance.
Witajcie sprzedawczyni.
Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Zanim przejdziemy dalej, zdaje się, że nieźle się pani powodzi. Mogłaby mi pani dać trochę pieniędzy? Później chyba nie będzie dobrego momentu, żeby spytać.
Sir, don't be ridiculous. I certainly will not give you money. I would be doing you a grave psychic disfavor.
No co ty mówisz?
One has to earn one's success, even if one is a police officer. Handouts are nothing but manipulation. All they do is make you dependent.
Son, you got destroyed there. What an idiot you are.
Ale mnie zjechała. To do pani należy ten sklep?
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Jej głos wydaje się znajomy. Rozmawiałeś już z nią przez elektroniczny dzwonek.
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work.
Okej. Szukam książki o kakadu.
A book about cockatoos? There should be one upstairs, right next to the shelf of biographies.
A jeśli chcę kupić książkę?
Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go, go! Get back there. The books await you.
Jakie rodzaje książek tu macie?
Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
She's attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods. She doesn't care about the books.
A, cwana. Wie pani w ogóle, jakie książki ma pani na sprzedaż?
Truth be told, not really. My sister brings in most of the goods. I'm sure it's all very literary stuff with well-written prose.
Co ty nie powiesz?
But you don't learn about the important things in life from fabricated stories.
Chwila. Czekaj, gdzie w takim razie można nauczyć się ważnych rzeczy?
The truth is available if you just know where to look, and you have to open and free your mind to understand.
Stwierdza, kiwając zagadkowo głową. Dobrze, rzucę w takim razie okiem. Zakończ.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
To pani córka stoi przed sklepem, prawda?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Tak, oczywiście.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Tak.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how
Serio?
compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
To jest smutne. Dobra. Powiem 10. Nie sposób nie zauważyć, że jest bardzo grzeczna i pomocna.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
Od tej presji zrobiła się naprawdę niespokojna. Wie pani, że obgryza paznokcie?
God, I've told her not to do that. It's such a disgusting habit. She'll get over it. Anxiety is a part of life.
A part of hers too, clearly.
Dobrze, tutaj empatia gra. Nie wydaje mi się, żeby umiała cokolwiek z tym zrobić.
She can, if she has enough willpower. This is what's called growing pains. Life isn't easy. Life doesn't give breaks.
Kurde, jaka wredna.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
To, co pani robi, jest niewłaściwe. Nawet ja to wiem, a zwykle nie wiem niczego.
She stands stiff and severe. silently fuming. 10 or so seconds pass without. This is a person coming to terms with a new reality, one where they are wrong. It's not easy.
No cóż, nigdy to nie jest łatwe. Ale czasem trzeba się przyznać do błędu, nie?
Oh no. Hold on. I need to invite her inside and apologize. She must be freezing out there.
No i to jest podejście.
There. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress.
Milknie, ale jej usta nadal się poruszają.
It sounds like both the husband and the mother treat her the way she treats Annette.
No właśnie. Po prostu kiwnij ze współczuciem głową.
Yes, sometimes it's better to let people come to these conclusions themselves.
Czy ten mąż jest ojcem Annette?
Yes, my husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. No matter. Soon we'll both be off for Grand Couronne.
Zaraz, Grand Couronne? Co to?
It's a proper place to live. One of the most peaceful neighborhoods east of Jamrock. You may know it for its massive housing projects.
Your head feels light and dizzy. A cold breeze caresses your flesh.
Co się dzieje?
Monstrous buildings loom over Grand Couronne. A cold wind howls in the empty halls of homes built upon delusions.
Czemu?
There is no life in Grand Couronne. No one can afford to live there.
Most of the buildings are empty at the moment. It's a great opportunity to get ahead of the crowds. Better times ahead for sure.
Pani mąż też zajmuje się księgarnią?
He made the initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call a silent partner.
Dobra. Czy Annette jest jedynym dzieckiem?
Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... No, we couldn't have afforded more children, really. Not in this economy.
Oczywiście tak, w tej sytuacji gospodarczej.
Exactly.
Mówiła mi pani, że nie chodzi już do szkoły. Mówiła mi, w sensie ona, że nie chodzisz do szkoły.
She's been too busy helping me here. So she studied at home this trimester. This is a temporary solution, of course. I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of education. She will be back in school the moment the store takes off.
Ta, na pewno. Jeszcze raz zapytam o to, czy jest jedynym dzieckiem.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
I zapytam,
A real
czemu nie
treat
chcą
she
mieć
is.
więcej dzieci.
We're quite busy people, you know, my husband and I. Quite busy. Children are a lot of work. You don't look like a father, so I don't expect you to understand. I'm sorry, I'm sure you do understand.
Dobrze, mam jeszcze inną sprawę.
The woman looks aloof, her features much softer. Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette.
O, troszeczkę poprawiliśmy ich relacje, to jest fajne. Do widzenia, pani handlarko książkami. Odejdź. Spoko. No dobra. Zobaczmy, jak tam badanie myśli. Zostało jeszcze 47 minut. Dobra, to się rozejrzyjmy dalej. Co jest za tą kurtyną?
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Przyjrzyj się dziwnej, przypominającej klatkę ozdobie.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you.
Co takiego?
Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Dobra, zignoruj na razie zasłonki. Jeszcze tu wrócimy, ale to jest bardzo ciekawe. Dobra, rozejrzę się jeszcze po tym pokoju. Co mamy tutaj? W sensie, po tej księgarni, sorry. Książka będąca zbiorem narodowych przepisów Ardy. Do każdego niezbędna jest palia. Wciśnięte w mroczny zakamarek stare czasopisma sportowe. Dobra, a co teraz Annette powie? Czy nam podziękuje za to?
I'm sorry, sir. I can't talk right now. I'm very busy with my homework. I have so much homework now.
You just can't win. Out of the rain and into the gutter.
No. Co teraz odrabiasz?
Math. It's really difficult. Like, really. They say you need it to get rich. Better than standing outside in the cold, I guess. Oh, I found something while you were away.
Co takiego?
I thought this would fit you. Like, thanks for helping out.
O,
Not me. The city, I mean. Like a detective does.
dostałem kapelusz Dicka Malena. Czapka detektywa?
Yes, just like the one Dick Mullen wears all the time. You'll look way more serious with that. Right, I have to get back to my homework now. Before Mum notices. Man, this is
Biedna.
hard.
Bardzo biedna. Dobra, pa. Do zobaczenia, Annette. Zobaczmy. Encyklopedia +1. Nie tak źle. No dobra. Wygląda to całkiem. Idziemy na górę. Półeczka.
These shelves are overburdened with books
kryminałami.
from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over.
Przepraszam, co to za kryminały?
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Sex crimes did pique your interest, but still, this Dick Mullen person only gets your pleasure centers down.
O, przyjrzyj się książkom na wystawie.
Crime fiction is a disgrace, an asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
No jasne.
You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get Me Mullen. The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard. The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the Murder House. The Final Case of Dick Mullen. An Obvious Lie. Dick Mullen in the Clock Tower. The Ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's Funeral Pyre. The Murder of Dick Mullen.
Dick Mullen umiera?
Oh no, turns out he faked it to solve a case.
Sprytnie. Są jeszcze jakieś?
Yes, there's also The Dame Who Did It. Farewell, My Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The morbid tales of Dick Mullen. A dark tide turns. Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen.
Jezu, ile tego jest.
Another one with fake death. And, of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer.
O Boże.
After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen?
A no właśnie. I mogę rzucić na czas reakcji 42%. Rzucę sobie. Kto to jest Dick Mullen?
Your attempt to grasp at the answer fails. It seems very close by, pulsating just out of reach.
No cóż, trudno. Nie wszystko muszę wiedzieć, nie? Co jest tutaj? Broszurka z uroczymi obrazkami. Bardzo kolorowa. To tom faszystowskiej magii, dość mało znane. Czekajcie, ile jeszcze ten pyrcholidon trwa? Aha, już mi zszedł. No dobra. O, tu się coś pojawiło, jakaś książeczka mała, bym ją przegapił.
A sulfur-crested cockatoo sits on the cover, its beak slightly open. It looks as if the bird is calling out the book title. From A to Zurich, a guide to a well-behaved cockatoo.
Okej, czyli serio jest książka o kakadu i się nazywa Od A do Wrzask. Jak wychować kakadu? Przekartkuj książkę.
Turns out that there are so many different cockatoo species, and they all have behavioral problems.
Świetnie. Co to jest za przewodnik po kakadu, proszę pani?
It's a must-have if you own a cockatoo. I've heard they're quite capricious.
I mogę kupić podręcznik albo spróbować go zwędzić. Zręczne palce 2. Czekajcie. Ja tutaj mam właśnie rękawiczki, które mi dają zręczne palce +1 i spróbuję to zrobić.
A sulfur-crested cockatoo
58% szans. Ukradnij.
Slightly open. You wait for the storekeeper to be distracted. When she's not looking, you haul the tome of cockatoos into your pocket. It's quite a challenge, but eventually the guide to the cockatoos is yours. Splendid effort.
Nice. Przepięknie. Zobaczmy sobie. Książka o różnych gatunkach kakadułowatych i ich problemach behawioralnych. Może pomoże ci lepiej zrozumieć również twoje własne, nieraz problematyczne zachowania. Z okładki spogląda na ciebie wspaniała kakadu ognisto-czuba. Dobrze, zaraz sobie wejdziemy jeszcze w interakcję.
An intricate
O
web.
Jezu, nie to. Nie to.
It's still kind of... A cockatoo is a parrot with an erectile crest, found on the Seminine Islands and in southern Fas-a-la-Mer. Known for their intelligence and general precociousness, cockatoos are popular birds in aviculture. However, they often exhibit various behavioral issues.
Dobrze. Co jeszcze?
This book talks about the delicate nature of toos, as well as introducing some of the most popular species among the bird enthusiasts. The funeral cockatoo, the major majestic cockatoo, and the most common bang-bang cockatoo. It's colorfully illustrated.
Czy on powiedział bang bang cockatoo? Tak. No dobra, to jakie problemy mają te ptaki?
Where to even begin? All cockatoos are known for their needy natures, requiring attention for at least 2 full hours a day. They love to talk and have been described as lovable clowns who just don't know how to wrap up.
Kto normalny chciałby gadatliwego kompana? Potrzebuje kogoś, kto umie słuchać.
Pet owners also report moodiness, loudness, and hostility as recurring issues. If left unsatisfied, cockatoos may scream non-stop, pluck their feathers, or become aggressive.
No tak, to faktycznie źle. Coś jeszcze?
It is not recommended to get a cockatoo if you're not able to cook them food every day and give them the full care that they need. These birds will never understand that you have a life of your own.
Tak, ale w kakadu też musi być coś wspaniałego.
You're right. Cockatoos are magnificent creatures. They love to perform, cuddle and show off, and will even scream for fun, often as loud as up to 135 decibels.
Co proszę? No dobra, przeczytaj o żałobnicy żółtosternej.
This is a yellow-tailed black cockatoo. Its specific name, Psittacus venereus, relates to its dark and somber plumage. This bird looks as if dressed for a funeral, 24/7. There is something indisputably ominous about it.
Czadowo, powiedziało wewnętrzne imperium. No dobra, przeczytaj o kakadu ognisto-czubej.
Perhaps the most impressive of all the species, the endangered major majestic cockatoo, is often described as the most flamboyant bird in the jungle. Its pink-colored wings and flowing crest embellishing its proud and bumptious nature.
Przemądrzałą naturę.
In the words of poet-explorer Sir James Fournier, few birds more enliven the monotonous hues of the verdant forest than this big, bold and beautiful species.
Okej. Przeczytaj o najpowszechniejszej kakadu krasnogłowej.
Despite its banging name, the bang-bang cockatoo is actually the shyest of the species, common in almost all Seminoles forests, as well as zoos and homes all over the world. Its plumage is mainly grey and white. The Seminoles name, bang-bang, is thought to be of onomatopoeic origins.
Okej. Szczerze mówiąc, brzmi to trochę jak ptasia wersja mnie.
Yes, but all those cockatoo
Oh.
species are so different. Which one are you?
Którą z nich jestem? O Boże. Szara i pospolita krasnogłowa, oto ja. Albo tylko mroczna żałobnica żółtosterna potrafi prawdziwie pojąć głębię mojej przesiąkniętej poczuciem upadku duszy. Albo, czy to nieoczywiste? Kakadu ognistoczuba, oto nadciągam. Albo, a jeśli jestem po prostu zjebadu? Kakadu, która wszystko musi zjebać? No dobra. To powiem, czy to nieoczywiste? Kakadu ognistoczuba, oto nadciągam.
You're right. Your Majesty embodied. This big, beautiful bird belongs on your heraldry.
Właśnie dostałem osiągnięcie funkcjonariusz ultra gwiazdor, czyli powiedziałem chyba 7 kwestii Super Kappa, czy jak to się nazywało. O, jakaś myśl biała.
Anti-object task force.
Aha. Oddział Antyobiektowy.
Behold, the anti-object task force has assembled. God's avenging angel, arrayed against the lower emanations of the darkened one. Shoe racks, tape recorders, motor carriages, and doors. So many doors. You're not just pounding it all to pieces. You're reforging the universe, from the anvil of the heavens to the worms below. Indulge in it. Be bold. Have an impact on the shape of creation. Out of the furnace of your rage, a new reality. Also, you should trash your room again.
No na pewno powinienem. Zobaczmy jakie premie. Próg bólu +1. Gruba skóra. Budowa ciała. Wszystkie limity nauki zwiększone o 1. Widzicie, to jest idealna po prostu myśl dla mnie. Przepiękna sprawa. Czyli teraz progu bólu mam ile? 6. Bardzo ładnie. Ale mam wytrzymałości 3? Aha, bo jestem ten. Mam obrażenia -2. Widzicie? Muszę się podleczyć zaraz. No dobra, wykonałem teraz zadanko. Znajdź swojego ptaka heraldycznego. Czat. No dobra. Tu się jeszcze robi call do mama Dakła. To na szczęście nie daje mi żadnych minusów. Przepięknie. Bardzo fajnie. Zobaczmy następną półeczkę. Gdzieś tutaj jest ta mapa.
On the shelf reads biographies of famous people. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
Przepraszam, czy na tej półce jest coś godnego uwagi?
I would say the greatest innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
Kim lub czym jest ta niewinność?
A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education.
O, jakieś tak.
The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things.
Myślałem, że jest o tym, która z tych niewinności jest najbardziej czadowa i najlepsza.
Perhaps for a layman, deep analysis is necessary to peel back the multi-layered meanings.
Czyli poleca ją pani?
Certainly, it's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise.
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside.
Książka Największa Niewinność. No ciekawe, no ale kosztuje sporo. Przyjrzyj się książkom na wystawie.
Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism. Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz, by one Cecilia Averbrook.
O czym ona jest?
High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tournée racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other.
Wow, nieźle.
Next to that, Revacholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a run-down drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse though, but not too long.
Dobra, cicho tam.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
Dobra, odejdź. Ciekawe są te książeczki. O, czy tu jest mapa?
Several maps have
Tak
been
jest.
attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
Spójrz na mapę Martinez.
It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbor, even the whirling in rags there.
Nice. Spójrz na mapę Revacholu.
The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction.
Okay.
To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East.
A na zachód od rzeki?
Houdon, it's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst.
A Martinez?
It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is, north of Jamrock, the strip of coast next to the Greater Revachol Industrial Harbour. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest. No, Coal City is worse. A charred limb. Rain falls on its slick black streets. And then there's the burnt-out quarter in the heart of Jamrock. Is it cold in this bookstore? Or is it just you? No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive.
Wow. Strasznie mi się podoba czasem poetyckość tej gry. Spójrz na mapę Insulindy.
This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme.
Co jeszcze?
Ozon, Laurentide, Fas à la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou, in a bookstore. It's you.
Oh.
Radiating outwards from you, the suzerain river shore, with a radius of 80 kilometers, still the crown jewel of this Isola would be barely visible.
Zmruż najpierw oczy. Czy na wyspach widać miasta?
You can, on Caillou, river shore, a single black star, on Ozon, Fondelier, and Vilmandu, on Archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers, on Seminine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas. Lost little pearls of light, tiny fires in the dark.
Spójrz na brzegi.
The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Windy is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seo is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called. Connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away. Perhaps they are gods, gods of distance and outer dust.
No dobra, to zapytamy. Przepraszam, czy mógłbym kupić te mapy?
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them.
No w sumie i tak potrzebuję właśnie mapy Martinez.
They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
90 centów? Czemu ta martyneńska jest tak tania?
That old thing? It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
A co się stało?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
Dobra, i mogę ją kupić za 0,90 albo ukraść, ale 28% szans. I można powtarzać ten test. No spróbuję, jak nie to kupię, no. 0,90 to mało. Na wszelki wypadek sobie zapiszę.
Several maps. The maps look old and faded.
Kradniemy.
Your eye catches a map of slowly. You move your hand toward the map attached to the board. Before you even reach the map, you're interrupted.
Perhaps not. It's against RCM policy to defraud small business owners.
Dobra. No to chcę kupić tę mapę.
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
Zdobyłem przedmiot. Mapa Martinez. Wspaniale. Będzie się łatwiej poruszać po tym całym naszym świecie. Zarąbiście. Zobaczcie, wszystkie te testy też są tutaj oznaczone, w którym są miejscu. Wow. Czy to jest cała gra? Ciekawe. Kościół, chaty rybaków, wybrzeże Martinez. My jesteśmy tutaj. Bardzo ciekawa sprawa. No dobrze, to będzie przydatne. Na tym sobie zakończymy ten odcinek. Mam nadzieję, że wam się podobało. Jeżeli tak, zostawcie łapkę w górę. no i też subskrypcję, jeżeli chcecie otrzymywać powiadomienia. Widzimy się w kolejnym odcinku. Trzymajcie się. Wszystkiego dobrego. Cześć!